Mm, Hold on, hold on. I got going right now. I gotta see if it's recording.
Speech on. Stop recording video. Button. Viewfinder. Focus on speech off.
Alright, so this video will, in the title, in the title, I'm gonna put, is true freedom, is there, what am I gonna put? Oh yeah, can there be true freedom without anarchy? And if anyone knows, I'm not gonna say I created it, but my first time hearing it is when I thought of it, which is freedom of choice, true freedom of choice in action, and then true freedom of reaction, and then true freedom of your reaction to that action, or that your reaction to that reaction. I don't think that was a good explanation. So, example is person A says something or does something person B doesn't like. So, person B has the freedom to deal with that or react any way they see fit. If they believe in getting the police, or personally, me, I really don't. So, I mean, but if you do that, or they can take matters in their own hands any way they see fit. And then the next variable or step to the equation is person A then has the freedom to escape or fight that reaction any way they see fit. And that's true freedom in my mind. So I say that all to say, is it possible to have true freedom without anarchy? Because if you have the true freedom to do or say what you want and then react to someone's actions any way you see fit, that causes high potential for anarchy. And then that also made me think, is utopia even possible through freedom of choice and action, true freedom? Because I believe utopia is subjective, along with right and wrong. Because I looked it up to make sure, and utopia is, well, I'm generalizing it, paraphrasing it. It said utopia is basically a perfect place. But what's perfect to one person may not be perfect to another person. So then that would mean it's very difficult unless there's a common denominator. Like, even if it's money, food, this and that, or shelter, if everyone has that and no longer has the need to go out and obtain it, then I believe there will always be something that someone doesn't agree with. And then that made me think of the thing, I forgot what it's called, but the Sharingan moon on Naruto, and during the Great War, when, what bro name? Oh, damn, I'm always helping them up. What's bro name? Damn, I really, they thought Toby was him at first. Dang. Was homies with the first Hokage, and then they became rivals. The Uchiha, one of them was Madara. It made me think of the Madara moon. The Madara Sharingan moon. I forgot what we called it, but it was like the dream moon. Put everyone in a dream state to where they experienced what they wanted to experience, which would be their idea of a utopia. If my memory serves me correctly, because that was one long failure. I really don't remember every single story, backstory, bruh. And then they went into Itachi's story, bro. That was, and then out of all that, you learn that Madara played himself, because Hyuga Haruna tuning incorrectly, so forgive me. And everyone who is from the Japanese culture, forgive me. And yeah, like, would something like that be the only way utopia is actually achievable? Like, and then, if you think of it, utopia is a heaven state. And then when you go deeper in that, heaven itself could either be a place or a state of mind. The same with hell. But yeah, that's really it. I just thought about that today. Wanted to do a video on it. I also wanted to, like, sometimes I see the attractiveness in ignorance. How you're blissful but not blissful at the same time. It's like, much like ignorant, someone who's in ignorance around other ignorant people who are in ignorance. Like, it's just normal. It's nothing. Like, I mean, yeah, there might be like people stunting and being like, you're less ignorant than me, you're less ignorant than me, yada yada. But that goes on no matter what level of intelligence you're on. But I don't know, sometimes I hear ignorance and it's just like, how are we so comfortable with ignorance? But then you watch stuff where ignorance isn't really applauded. Like, alright, a lot of stuff is, yes. A lot of people's, like, top maybe shows are it's always the intelligent one who has more input and more impact. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And I say that because last night, this morning, it was dark out, but it was still technically morning. And the guy was talking about men can forget, but they don't forgive. And I just be thinking about that, like, in order to forgive or not forgive, you still have to remember what you're either going to forgive or not forgive. Like, let's say something happened to you when you were like young, like 1 second year old to whenever you actually gain conscious ability to remember. Since you forgot what happened, you don't have the ability to forgive or not forgive unless someone reminds you of the situation. But then you don't even really remember the experience, so you don't feel it. So it's like a lot easier. Sorry, it's a lot easier to forgive once you don't remember. But I don't know, I guess it's just my mind, like how I'm created. It's just like sometimes it seems so simple to me. Things I think of, I'm like, is it so simple because it's dumb and not true, or do I just think it's simple because I live with these type of thought patterns every day? Mm. Yeah. What else was there? There's something else I was going to say, but ironically, I don't remember. So, yeah, but back to the topic of the title of the video. I don't know. I think true freedom would include anarchy from certain people because, oh, what really made me think of all this was a comic book actually. They were talking about like freedom and rules and yada yada and how is the world gonna be at peace and yada yada. It was an Iron Man comic written by Chris Canton, I believe. I was listening to Dan narrate it on the comic story channel. I forget if it was comic story and full story. But either way, it was Dan who narrated it and yada yada and etc. etc. But in order for there to actually be like world peace on some level, there has to be rules, but not as many rules. Like, there has to be rules that benefit everyone. And then, but those rules can have loopholes, like for the USA, they legalized slavery, but then they made a loophole to where they can still incorporate slavery into the society only if you get locked up in prison and jail. So it's like, I don't know about all that. Like, we killing, like murder. Murder is a crime in a lot of countries, but they still do it to opposing, well, countries they see as opposing countries. So it's like, The same thing the average citizen will get locked up for. You will hire them to do to people in a whole nother land, which is hypocritical at the end of the day. But that's a whole nother rabbit hole tunnel. And I don't feel like I want to go in Wonderland tonight. But I'll probably end up doing it unintentionally. Like, my mind just travels. But not on this video. I won't do on the video. I probably already did. But anyway, I hope y'all's next seconds, minutes, hours, days, evenings, mornings, noons, afternoons, nights, dawns, twilights, weeks, months, years, decades, as well as the rest of your life, more merry, more healthy, more wealthy, more exhilarating, and expectations surpass everything you wanted. With that, do you be you? Y'all know the rest. I'm out.